Okay, you guys, so I have a tip for you today that I hope you'll find very useful, especially if you're working on any big projects or if you, like me, want to write a book. So, this is something that I had to learn just through trial and error and really through experiencing it this past year with writing my book. And that is, well, I'll just say one thing they don't tell you about writing a book is it's so much freaking work. Like, I'm pretty sure no one thinks it's going to be easy, and I certainly didn't, but until you're in it, until you've done it, it's like just insane how much work there is. And if you focus on the big picture and like how much you have to do, you will psych yourself out and feel very defeated, or it's just so huge. So you really have to take it chunk by chunk. And this will also tie into any other big projects you're creating, anything big, whether it's building a business or a brand and you want to focus on that as a whole, or just shifting your life in any way. Or if you have a big health goal, maybe you're looking to get a lot fitter and healthier and really change your lifestyle. Any big transformation, any big project, this is true for. When you look at how much you have to do or how far you have to go, you will psych yourself out, and that is not encouraging. So you've really got to break it down into bite-sized chunks. And what I want to talk about today is also like how to actually do that, how to take action. And so what I found worked for me, because the first couple months were just like not working. I was trying to do some days that were like dedicated writing days and days that were not. And for me, that just didn't work well. And then once I really found my rhythm and started doing what I'm going to share, that was everything. And I was able to complete the book in a timely fashion and get through it and make progress day after day, week after week. So what I did is doing it first thing in the morning. So those of you who follow me or know me, I'm obsessed with morning routines. So I probably started doing this like 4 or 5 months in. And again, it really accelerated the progress I was making and helped me actually complete the book. I would have never been able to complete the book within a few years even if I didn't start doing this. But I would wake up in the morning and do kind of a compressed morning routine, do a little meditation, a little journaling, get my coffee going, lemon water always. And then while I was having my coffee and before my husband even woke up, a lot of days I was waking up earlier just to do this. So before anyone else was up, before I had any text coming in, anything like that, I would be sitting down at my computer focused on writing. And whether I would spend 1 hour or 2 hours, occasionally 2.5, it was usually just small chunks, but I was committed to doing that 5-6 days a week, occasionally 7. And that really helped me because even just an hour a day, it's so manageable. And it was like waking up a little bit earlier, and I loved doing it at that time because in the morning you are not distracted. Again, I wasn't answering any of my messages. I wasn't checking social media or my emails or anything like that. I was just sitting down to do the work. And especially because it's creative work, writing, which is the same again as if you're doing anything branding or, planning anything with your business or brand, anything you're creating. It's creative work. So we want to create before we consume content. And every day, plugging into social media, we are getting so many messages and seeing other people's stuff, which can really throw us off of like, what am I meant to say? What's my message? So it was extremely helpful. And also you're just more focused, more clear. Again, first thing in the morning before you start to take in everything else, you're much more of a clean slate. So I just think it's so much easier to work from that point. As well as if you've ever read the book by Gary Keller, The One Thing, great book if you want to increase your productivity and just feel a lot more simplified in your life, not like all over the place, all the things. Those of you who are entrepreneurs or run a business, it's so easy to feel like there's 20 million things to do every single day of the week and you never get it all done, right? So highly recommend that book. But in this book, it's called The One Thing. He shares, there's a whole chapter on willpower, and how willpower is a limited resource that we possess. And all kinds of things can wear out our willpower throughout the day, like every decision we make, or even just strong emotions, different things like that, challenges that come up, it starts to wear away at our willpower. So also, if there is something that you are focused on completing, it's a top priority that you need to take action on consistently and get done. So again, if you have big health goals, this would be your workouts. Or movement. If you have big business goals, this would be like your most focused work, the number one priority. you're going to want to do that pretty much first thing in the morning, because that is when you possess the most willpower to really do it. And then later in the day, you can do the other things, especially like keeping up with social media and things like that. That should be prioritized way later in the day, or scheduled way later in the day. And first thing in the day, again, you want to be in your zone, really coming from your creative space and really sharing what you are meant to share. So this helped me tremendously. Waking up in the morning, again, a little bit earlier, doing my morning routine, getting in the right place, getting my coffee set up in my little workspace, and going at it. And like I said, I was doing this every day before my husband would even wake up. And if he'd wake up to come give me a kiss, I'd be like, he'd give me a little kiss on the cheek, but I'm like, I'm in my zone. Like, you just get super focused. I feel like morning is, even if you're not a morning person, like whatever this looks like for you when you wake up, be sure to dive in before you, again, start checking your inbox, your DMs, answering texts. Do whatever your priority work is, do that first thing, super focused, and you will make awesome progress. And again, most days I was just doing maybe an hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours. Rarely was I going over the 2-hour mark, because I just found that with such intense work and a lot of emotion behind it, I would tap out after that. So again, when I was trying to figure this out and I was giving myself whole writing days, I just found that I wasn't really that productive for more than an hour or two on those days as well. So really chunking it down helped me see it through. And I would recommend doing this at least 4 days a week. Again, if you are trying to get to the finish line with something, if you're really trying to create results, I would suggest at least 4 days a week committing to doing this, ideally 5 or even 6, because it's also going to keep you so in the work, every day, starting with that routine. And just, if you're writing a book, or again, working on this big project, and something like a book or a documentary, it's like this huge project and you're trying to see it all through and bring it together. So I think it's really, really important, especially for the writing process, that you stay attached to the work and stay in it, so that you kind of, are following your own storyline. Because again, it's just a crazy amount of work. So that is my recommendation. And again, helps so much mentally, because it's the same as climbing a mountain or running a marathon. Not that I ever in my life plan to do either, but those of you who are all about that, awesome. But I'd imagine the same, that you don't just wake up and go run all of the miles of a marathon. I think it's 26. Don't quote me on that. But it's one day at a time, one workout at a time, same as, again, climbing a mountain. Not that I've done it, but it's one step at a time. And when you think of how far you have to go to the top, to the finish line, same with writing a book. If you think of how much work there is in front of you, you are going to freak yourself out and probably not do it, or not feel motivated to do it, not feel good. So just focusing on that 1 hour at a time, one chunk a day, and staying committed, staying consistent, and doing it first thing in the morning, when you're going to be the most clear, the most focused, the most you creatively, and have the most willpower to take that committed action. So I hope this is helpful, you guys, and let me know if it is, or if you've done something similar. Would love to hear from you. And until next time, have an amazing day.